Hello, welcome to Online Algebra. I am your teacher, Mrs. Cecil. This short video will walk you through Schoology and our course. Okay, so when you log in, it should look something like this without this gray bar up top. So let's first go ahead and look at course information. So inside the course information has my contact info, and then just some expectations and description of the course. So if we first go here, course information, so every chapter will have 2 to 3 assignments. You will get 2 attempts for each assignment, though the problems might be different. And you have to complete them before the given due date. There will be no points given for late submissions, though the assignment will stay open, so you can go back and do it if you want to prepare for the test. Every chapter will have 1 review, and the review for the test you can do in an unlimited amount of times, and you have to complete it before you take the test. And then every chapter will have 1 to 2 quizzes, really just 1 quiz usually, and 1 test. And for these, you get only 1 chance to do them, and they have to be done by their due date, and they have to be done in 1 setting too, so don't close out of those, because you won't be able to pick it back later. For final, there will be an in-person final given at the end of each semester. The first semester is Wednesday, December 13th from 2:30 to 4, and you'll be able to take this at your school. There'll be rooms given to us that I will give to you to let you know where you will go to take this. The second semester final, it will be a year-long exam because for UMKC, they will require that we have a final over everything that we've covered. And that will be the last week of April, and I will be posting information about that next semester, just when you will come in to take it. It'll have to be after school with me, in person. It'll be a paper and pencil test, just like normal. For your grades, check PowerSchool for the most accurate grade. Quizzes and tests will be 80%, homework is 20%, and then the final will be 10% overall. These are the chapters that we'll cover first semester. I will post my notes that I do in class. I teach this in person, so I will post those daily. And last year I recorded myself my lessons doing those, and so I will have those posted as well that you can watch the video. You'll have a textbook, and then you know I recommend getting a solutions manual. If you want to get that, you can buy it on Amazon pretty cheap. I also have extra videos posted for each unit too. Okay, if I go back to course information, the expectations. You need to check your email every day. This is the only way we have to communicate. So if there's something that I need from you or I have a question, then I'm going to need you to check your email so I can get a hold of you. If you have any questions, email me. I will check my email multiple times a day. Stay on top of your work. Follow the calendar to help time manage. So I will show you where the calendar is in just a little bit. You should spend 1 to 2 hours a day on this course. So watch the videos of the lessons, take notes. Okay. You can redo assignments twice and reviews an unlimited amount of times. So if you don't like your score the first time, take the time to go back and do it again. When watching the videos, take notes and work out the examples. Feel free to pause in order to work out the example on your own first. The homework assignments and review will be multiple choice or fill-in-the-blank questions. That does not mean that you don't need to work out the problems. For your tests and quizzes, those will be questions that you'll have to show your work and work through. So that's how you should treat those assignments and reviews as well. The test will not open until you've done the assignments and the review. Even if the due dates have passed, you still need to complete them in order to be prepared for the test. Again, no points will be given for late work. They can only be done once, and they must be done in 1 setting, so don't close out. Okay. And then this last thing I have here is how to type in your answers. This is for fill-in-the-blank questions. So for square root, you would type in SQRT parentheses 21 if you were doing the square root of 21. Use the caret key for exponents, the backslash or forward slash bar for fractions, And then down here, I have a video on how to use the little equation editor, and this would be for short answer questions where I will specifically say, show your work. So you can use this equation editor, or you can also work your problems out on paper and take a picture of that and insert your picture here. I had several students do that last year. Okay, so that's pretty much all there is in course information. So if we go back to the main screen, I want to go ahead and look at our first chapter. So our first chapter is called the review chapter. So in this blue folder where it says notes, so here I have our .1 notes, that's the first section. Okay, this is the video of me teaching this lesson. After I teach this, again this year, I will add a PDF of the notes that I wrote on the board this year. I will add that in daily after I teach it. Okay, so I have all of those for all of the section. I also have this thing called practice homework assignments. So these are suggested problems out of your book. It's taking a second just to pop up here. Yeah. So these are problems out of your book that I suggest to do, and those will just help you stay on top of the work. I would do these daily, so after you take the notes, work through some of the problems that I suggest in the book. Most of them are odd, so you can check your answers in the back, and these will just really help you prepare for your quizzes and tests. Okay. All right, then our first assignment you see here, it's due Thursday, August 24th at 11 p.m. So everything will be due at 11 p.m. on the due dates. Then your first quiz is due on the 25th at 11 p.m. So you'll just click on these, and this will be available on Tuesday, August 22nd. And then you can do them until December 31st, though if it's late, you won't get points for it, but you can still do it. So you can check that you're doing it correctly. Okay. All right, if you want to check your grades, you can check those over here on the left. So you will see they'll be listed here, your grades for everything. You can click on them, so like on a quiz or a test and you have to work your problems out, then I will put comments on things that you've done wrong. So you could find those here if you want to go back and look at those. They'll be pretty accurate, your grades here, but PowerSchool will be the best place for you to stay on top of what your grade is. Okay, the last thing I'll show you is where the calendar is. So to find the calendar, that's actually not in our course. You would go to Home, and then Calendar. And here's where it'll tell you the notes that we're doing in class that day, and when we have things due as well. Okay, so if you have any questions, please email me. Another thing I want to note is that this class must be taken for college credit. You do not have the option, and so we'll be signing up for that right away. You will need to fill out a paper form and get that back to me by August 31st, and so we need to do this very quickly. Okay, like I said, email me if you have any questions. The best way for us to communicate, obviously, is through email if you have any questions. We can also set up a Google Hangout if you need some help. I can walk you through some problems that way. And good luck.